Hey guys, this is the Smut
Spice
and Everything Life podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Marie.
And if you missed our intro podcast, we are two stay-at-home moms who read our smutty books and then we talk about them. So we decided to do this podcast to talk about them with you guys.
Yep. So first book is Praise, and that is part of the Salacious Players Club, written by Sara Cate. It is a forbidden love, age gap. What else?
I think that covers it.
I think that covers it. Yeah, sure.
We gave this book 3 spicy chili peppers, and I rate this book a 4.
And I give it about a 3.5, 4. And that's because I fell in love with the characters.
Yeah.
And I know that it gets better. But it gripped me in this book to make me read the other ones. And the other ones are very good.
I haven't read any further than this one yet, but I'm excited to. The kind of overview of the book, if you didn't read it, you should, because this is kind of a book club podcast. We kind of want you to read the books when we announce what we're going to be reading next, and then listen to it.
And then comment, be like, no, bitches, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
Or same. Give us your feedback, just like we're giving you our feedback, what we think about it. We want to hear what y'all think about it too. I love discussing books. Like,
yes.
I love to know how you feel about it, how it's different to me, or how you cringe at stuff, and I'm like, yes.
And I'm like, no.
I mean, we have very similar tastes, but then we do
differ a bit.
Yeah, veer in different lanes. Okay, I listened to the book.
I did too.
You listened to it. If you have read the book, you probably will not understand what we're saying. Or maybe if you do listen to books, you will understand what we're saying. I listened to the book. She listened to the book. So it was audio, obviously, because we listened to it. But I can't stand it when you have a female voice actor and a male voice actor, and they do not collaborate in their parts.
Yeah.
So when the male is speaking his part and he then portrays a woman's voice, or the female is in her part and she is then portraying a male's voice, I can't fucking stand it.
It's
cringy.
I can't take it seriously.
You have two actors.
What do I call them?
Voice actors. Voiceovers. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Celebrate! I don't know if y'all see those balloons, but we are popping up balloons. We're going to have the thumbs up here in a minute, too. Anyways, collaborate is all I'm saying. Collaborate. There is enough in our world. Technology. That's the word, technology. There's enough technology that we can collaborate across seas, that we can surely collaborate a freaking audiobook. All I'm saying. If you read the book, though, you probably don't have a strong feeling on this part, so we're just going to skip over. So, obviously, the praises are about kink. We all know this. You all know that. You read that, hopefully. If you don't, well, now you do. It's a kink book. Read it. He likes praising. She apparently likes praising. The first line of the book when he tells...
But she doesn't know she likes praising.
True. She kind of like that taboo. But the first line of the book, we're jumping. I can't, whatever. Anyways, first line of the book when he says... How does he say it? Oh, the woman that he is with at the time, suck my cock like a good little girl. Yes. But he's like, suck my cock like a good little girl.
And then he gets punched in the face.
Yeah. Because
why not?
Bitch didn't like that. I mean, my thing is that, obviously he's a talker and people might like that. I don't, or maybe I just haven't had it the right way. It cringes me. I'm like, no, stop it. Just fine with the moaning and the grunts and the pleasure sounds, but I don't want verbal instructions, or I don't want you to ask how I like taking your dick. I just don't. And please don't ask me to call you daddy.
She has feelings about that.
I do. Like, I might joke about it and stuff, like, yes, daddy, yes. But during the actual partaking of intercourse, I don't want to call you daddy.
Okay, but one of the titles of one of the chapters is always do what you're told, especially when it involves getting on your knees for a hot millionaire daddy. And I'm just like, yes, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yes, Daddy. But also, he walks in. She's like blindsided too. She has the door open to her. She's told pretty much not to say anything. Get on her knees randomly.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, don't make contact. He comes in the door and says the same thing to her pretty much. But he's tall, muscular, attractive, older man, and with that gravelly voice, you're just like, yes, Daddy, yes. So you're gonna get on them knees.
Okay, but I think I would have asked questions first. She didn't ask him questions.
Oh,
she
no, I definitely
went down.
would. And that's where, I think that's the first scene where you're like, something's wrong with this girl.
So what is she doing? Like, why are you not questioning this?
Like, what? It's like, what happened to you to make you think that that's okay? In your life, what happened to you? That was my first thought. Like, what the hell happened to her?
Or that you should just listen to some stranger you've never met.
Yeah, and then you
find out she's got some past trauma with her dad and his son.
Beau. Fucking spoiled little douchebag of an asshole.
She thinks that Emerson is the misogynistic asshole in this moment, but really, it was Beau.
Yeah.
Which is
saying something. Beau has daddy issues. Beau has daddy issues himself.
He does.
He's just, you see us looking down because we wrote notes, y'all. And so, because that's just how we roll. So when you see papers and you see us messing with stuff, we're here for them. Beau, anyways, he's an asshole. I don't like Beau. I strongly, strongly do not like Beau. If I could bitch slap that little bitch, I would.
He had a little character growth.
Yes, he had character growth.
He got better towards the end. Like
doesn't
when
make
they
up
were
for what he did, though.
No, he was an ass to Charlie, and he shouldn't have been.
He didn't have character growth until he saw a father worse than his, or what he thought was worse than his.
Yes.
When Charlie's dad came and he's like, you know, you would have never treated me like that. You have always been there for me. You saw kind of his eyes opening up. Like, okay, maybe this isn't bad. Maybe he's not as bad as I thought. It's still weird you're fucking my ex-girlfriend. That's going to take some time. But I can try to see past that. I am cold.
I'm like,
shivering over here. So they dated for, I took that they dated a year and a half. And that they lived together for 3 months or something. I don't know if y'all agree with me. The timeline doesn't add up. He stopped talking to his dad for 6 months. So you're telling me for over 6 months, and he was close. Beau and Emerson was close. So prior to that, you never introduce your girlfriend to your dad, who you're close with? The timeline didn't make sense to me.
No.
And I only realized that, like, once I read the book again.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
It honestly didn't even stick out to me until you said something about it, and I was like, I think you're right. Yeah, the timeline is a little weird, but
because he's like, I haven't spoken to my son in 6 months, and I'm like, you were, They dated for a year and a half, and you never, and it's not like they lived far away from each other. So that was weird to me. But how soon before you move in with somebody when you date them?
Depends on who you are and how your relationship is, I guess, because I moved in with my now husband pretty quickly.
Do you think if someone treated you like crap, if he treated you even worse, you would move in with them?
No.
You wrote it down. What did she say? I thought that if I could weather the storm.
She says, I thought if I could love him through the storm, I'd be rewarded with a love that was intense and intoxicating.
And instead
it just seemed to get worse, and so much so that she couldn't take it anymore, and she leaves him.
Yeah, because he finds out that his dad owns what he calls a sex club. It's a kink club. And then he thinks it's okay to screw... I'm sorry. I don't care where your dick ended, whether it was an asshole, a vagina, or a face. You cheated on her, okay?
Yeah. Him using his dad as an excuse to cheat on Charlie was total bullshit.
Complete and utter freaking bullshit.
There was no excuse for him to use his dad's career choice as
an excuse,
a reason to cheat on her. There was no reason for that, or to even treat her like he did.
Would you be embarrassed by your parent if they had that type of career? And do you think that there's a difference between praising and degradation? Big word, I know.
I probably not, because I feel like it's just something that I would have grown up with. And honestly, he could have been more honest about it. He was probably scared of what Bo was going to think.
But again, which we need to go back to the question, but Emerson treats Bo like he is a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old child. He's a 20-year-old man.
He's an adult.
He might be a boy child, but he is 21 years old, and he treats him as though he is still a child.
He does. He definitely does that. It's kind of irritating because that's what keeps him and Charlie from being together.
Yes.
Is his coddling of Bo. And I get it.
That is a great coddling. That is exactly what he does. He coddles.
And I get it. Like, he wants his relationship with his son to be good, but your son's gotta grow up.
Right. At some point, and then he can't hold a job. He bounces from job to job to job. But anyways, praise and degradation. Do you think the kink of praising, how do you feel about that?
Personally?
Yeah. Do you feel like it's degrading? Do you feel like it's not? Like, how...
You know
when
how
is
they
it okay?
say... I don't know, because I have mixed feelings about it. Like, I'm not I want you to play the dominant role and me be the submissive. Like, I'm not, because I'm a full-blown brat. And my instincts tell me...
Emerson doesn't like a brat.
I don't care what he has telling you what I am.
Like a brat.
I'm going to be the brat that doesn't want to comply.
Because you told me spanking.
Yes. And... Never mind.
No, please. We're all friends here.
Maybe I like that.
I like being spanked. I mean, my husband hits me from the back. Like, when he's hitting it from the back, he's got smack both cheeks. And I'm like, yes, pull my hair. But in that regards, I feel like it's how you're treated respect-wise as far as your praising and stuff. It's during that role play, I guess you can say. If I know it's just a role play, as for an arousal purposes, fine. Okay. But treat me with respect when I leave that bedroom. When we're not playing.
But you're right. Like, he doesn't take that out in public.
No.
Except for the one time when they met with the supplier and he wanted her to know that she was his.
Yeah, and he even apologized afterwards. He's like, you didn't sign the paperwork saying that you could be punished. And he always, I will give that to him. Like, he did step up all those times and he did treat her with respect. It was never forced. It was never degrading for her or anything like that. And she even said, I'm pretty sure she said, I don't even know. With the power, I don't know. She never felt like he was disrespecting her.
Yeah. I didn't see that either. And if you're going to respect me and be that dominant, I guess that's okay.
Right.
But if I'm going to obey or not is the question.
I'm going backwards, like to the beginning. When she's on her knees and then she gets up and, he gives her the check and she's about to leave and she turns around and tries to blackmail him.
Oh, yeah.
When you think, like, I'm going to blackmail
you at least, like, $2,000 bare minimum, right? No, we're gonna have this pathetic blackmail. $250.
Because that's how much anime tickets are.
What?
That right there is like...
That's the embarrassment I would have felt. Not getting down on my knees. Like, blackmail. You should have just left.
Yeah, just leave.
Just go.
Just leave. But then he hits her with the $5,000 with his SPC and number.
And props to her because she went and posited that and went and took her family out for tacos and Mars. Yep.
Mom, sis, let's go. And then he shows up at her job.
I would have died. Like, she tried to hide. I'd been like, no, what the hell are you doing here? No. I would have been hiding too. Can't say I wouldn't have, because I would have.
I would have been out. Nope, thank you, bye.
And then they have the conversation, the sex conversation, which I get. Like, you want to ask questions about the job you're being offered. And she tries to pretend like she's not going to take it when heck yeah, like, I'm taking that. It pays way better than frying these corn dogs at the skating rink.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, we have kids. And they interrupt sometimes.
Look, see Mr. Garrett? He will help you with anything you need, okay?
Anyway, we're back.
Believe it or not, we have a babysitter out there.
Mommy does it better.
Yeah, I need the pet. Like, I like messing with stuff. I don't know if that's just a give me the pen. I don't need it, but I want it in my hands.
All right, where were we?
I don't know where I was. See, this is what happens. We cannot be
And she pretends like she's not going. I want a visual. Like, I want to see this man in person.
Do you feel like every character in books are way bigger than if they go onto a movie screen?
So huge.
Right?
I feel like
they're all WWE superstars. Like, that size.
And they're unrealistic, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the norm. Which, I get the attraction.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
But it's not the norm.
Anyway. A short, stocky man. I mean, he's sexy.
Same. Anyway.
I've told you my desire. My man's got a sexy back, and I just want to hit it from the back one time. But he don't like it in that spot, and I can't strap on. But I would like to hit it from the back just one time.
I'm done.
Sorry. You girls know what I'm talking about. That fantasy with the back, and you could just understand why they find it attractive, because I find it attractive.
That's when you give him a massage. You sit on his ass, and you give him a little massage, and you get to admire it.
Well, I have to, like, grind on his ass.
No, you just...
No, because it's a turn off.
I didn't say you wouldn't be turned on. I just said that you could admire it while you get him a massage. You are a massage therapist.
Well, I mean, I have, but he only wants me to hurt him, and not, like, the kinky way. He just got trigger points, and he wants me to work on them.
Okay, so back to... She pretends that she's not going to take the job. She does take the job. And then, okay, she had the intention of seducing him from the start. You can't change my mind. Because she went to the mall and bought lingerie.
I never thought it until you said it. I was like, damn, you're right.
She had the full intention of seducing this man. Why would you... why would you go buy lingerie and wear what you wore on your first day if you didn't plan on seducing him?
Because she wanted that daddy.
She did. I don't blame her.
Not with the way they described him.
But she so tried to pretend that she was innocent.
Yep. And I'm not going to lie. I want that pencil skirt and the black bra with the...
I don't know where I'd wear it.
Sheer. Yes, sir.
You do that with Josh. You let me know how it goes.
You don't have time.
Why?
You don't have time. I'd like to. I want the swing. I done told you that.
I know.
I want it really, really bad. But we have a small house. And that
by the time the kids are gone and you have that freedom, you're going to be, like, older and it's going to be like, my back hurts. I can't do it.
I stretch on the daily, okay? That hurts. But no.
Continuing
I stretch when it's important. My legs bend when it's important.
Okay, so the next thing that happens, she shows up in her little sheer top, lacy bra, pencil skirt.
That sounds hot. I'm not attracted to women, but that sounds hot.
No, she went. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah. And her heels. Her little
and
stilettos.
Her heels.
I forgot all
that. She walked to the sandwich shop because her car wouldn't start and she was ashamed to let him see that.
Yeah. But anyways, construction. That she went after she showed up to work. They went to the construction.
Right, they did go tour the club. I forgot about
where
that.
She met Derek, the Greek god. Or
Drake.
Derek? I said Drerick. And that turned into Garrett. Oh, God, it's so jacked up. Drake! Sorry.
Yes, Drake.
Sorry. It's been a long day. Drake! She met Drake, the Greek god, that she was just, like, flabbergasted over because he was just so hot. Who was flirting with her and who she was flirting with unknowingly. And then Emerson got pissed off and was, like, territorial. She's mine! Grrr. Throne room.
Yeah.
I will give it to Garrett. That one's correct. I will give it to Garrett when they went into the throne room because I was like Charlie, where it's like your mind goes to that's where a man sits. And he paints that picture of her on that throne and a man on his knees towards her. And is that not foreshadowing or what?
It absolutely was. Absolutely was.
What about not for the throne room, but when she reads his palm about true love? Do you believe in love lines or true love.
I don't necessarily know what love lines are. I don't know that I believe in all that. I mean, true love, yeah. I mean,
I think that there is, supposedly people think that Josh and I are soulmates. I've been told that I don't even know how many times. We worked on what we have. Okay, we grew together into what we have. Now, whether or not you want to fight for that, I think, is the biggest thing. Because our relationship was not easy. It was a battle.
It's funny because I'm opposite. Like, not to say that we didn't go through things and we didn't have hurdles.
But you both had separate relationships. Like, y'all had more relationships than I did. Or Josh did, for that matter.
Yeah, this is true. We both dated. We were young when we got together, but we were older than you and Josh. I mean, not older than Josh, but we were out of high school. We were in college.
Don't judge me. Or him.
We were in college when we got together, so it was a different dynamic, I feel like. And you and Josh maybe had those issues because of the age gap you have.
It definitely was. There was a lot of trust issues on his end, and there was a lot of daddy issues and trauma on my end, and both coming from unhealthy childhoods definitely added to that fire. And then, his relationships and his past. He's my only first official boyfriend I've ever had. I mean, and like I tell him, I was 16 when I got with him. How advanced, how experienced do you expect me to be?
Were you in a mature 16-year-old?
Yeah, I think so. That was a big reason why he stayed with me because, and I quote, "I've never found anybody like you." But that's what attracted me to him too, because he was 20 and he was very mature, which I think a lot of times girls are more attracted to men because women mature faster than guys. And that's not me making that crap up. That's scientifically proven. Women mature faster than men.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think you got lucky because, I mean, Garrett's mature.
He is. We were less mature when we got together. We definitely grew together.
Right.
I mean, how can you not after you've been together for 10 years?
Right.
But we definitely grew up, and it was just a different dynamic than you and Josh.
But we're both at the same spot, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We're still there. But again, with the whole soulmates and the love lines, I believe it to a point. Because I don't think it's all butterflies and horns and rainbows. I think if you want something in any aspect of your life, you have to work for it. You can love somebody with all your heart and it's not gonna.
Love can be hard. It doesn't mean it's not worth it.
Right.
I'm getting so deep here.
Really deep. Okay. So we don't cry. True love, yes or no for you?
Yes.
Same.
So is that when they go to the club the first time, is that when he... No, that's a different time they go to the club, when they meet the lady with the toys.
Yeah, no.
His ex-secretary.
Submissive.
Yeah, she was being a brat.
Charlie was being her age showed at that time.
No, what came next was... The car.
Well, I mean, they spoke, blah, 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 yada, yada. But when she described Emerson, when he lifted her hood and was fixing her battery and he rolled some sleeves up with his muscular, veiny arm.
Please fix my car, sir.
Yes, Daddy.
Would you look under my hood?
Start my engine. Oh my gosh, there's something about a muscular, veiny... I don't know, the whole roll. Y'all, that was just a hair tie. A very stretched out hair tie. I just got excited and flung around. Anyways, his arms, because he is muscular, he works out. And he rolls them sleeves up. And it's a white business shirt. And he rolls them sleeves up. And he gets greasy under the hood.
I mean, in theory, I'm like... Wow, that's attractive. But, like, in real life, I'm like, don't get that shirt dirty.
That's because our men have 2 clean shirts. Between the 2 of us, they have 2 clean shirts. So it's like, motherfucker, I swear, if you get that shit dirty, I'm going to stab you in the face. I'm an aggressive person, if y'all haven't caught on. I'm a stabby person. She's abusive, physically abusive. If she gets excited, she's going to beat the shit out of me. She smacks me like, ow. fluffy. That shit hurts. There's not muscle. It's fat. Okay. Fluffy.
Okay.
But yeah, so sexy. I had to change my panties.
Okay, but before that, she had walked to the sub shop.
Yeah, that's why.
He fixed her car after they ate, right? Yeah. So he gives her a foot massage.
And she plays with his pecker.
And he's like, oh my god, she's gonna think I'm some weird pervert. And she's like, touches it with her foot. And you're like, okay, ballsy. Because if I noticed it, like if I bumped it, I would be so embarrassed.
You'd be like,
oh my god. But no,
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be like,
trying to touch it. So stupid.
They got my analogy.
Not if they're listening and not watching.
Okay, so I have a pen in my hand and I rubbed it with my fingertip. The pen is the penis. My finger is her foot. Now they understand.
Thanks for that visual.
Yeah, I definitely would have played with it.
Okay, well, you're more ballsy than I am because at that point
she wanted him.
I know, but they didn't have a relationship. She didn't know how he felt yet.
She knew, but he was like, "No, you're Beau's girlfriend." And if she said X one more time,
one time she didn't. She was like, "I'm Beau's girlfriend." He was like, X.
My bad. And then they were fixing to get it, and then fucking who calls? Beau. Beau calls.
And he was saying something along the lines
degrading to her.
No, about his dad.
Yeah, you know what he does, and how dare you? You need to quit, because she's like, I'm not doing that. So you know that he was telling her to quit her job. Mm-hmm. Again, degrading, spoiled, fucking asshole. Yeah, that's a nicer word. Brat.
She says something about when she was with him, and she says, when love becomes toxic, it's not love anymore. And he really showed how toxic he was.
And Emerson sits there and he describes her physical change when she's on the phone with him. And notices her physical change of how she, reacts to the way he's talking to her.
But it's like he doesn't see that his son was the one degrading her and making her feel like she was less than she was. I mean, how do you not see that?
So what about opening club night?
Okay.
Give me the feels of this.
I love that she was on the auction. I could have never.
That wasn't opening night, was it?
Yeah, the auction was opening night. Was it not?
No.
Oh, that's right. I'm confused. Opening night when he picked her up.
For voyeur rooms.
Right. Okay, sorry, back on track here. When she got all dressed up and he bought her dress. That's right.
Well, she bought her dress.
No, he gave her the card to buy her dress.
Yeah, I'm saying she picked it out and stuff.
He paid for it.
Yeah, because Daddy got money. Daddy got big money.
Would you have ventured down that hallway pretending that you were looking for the restroom? Because I thought that was the stupidest shit ever.
No.
I would have I don't know that I would have ventured down there by myself. But if I was, I wouldn't be like, is this the restroom?
Okay, so because she is so Charlie, it matches how she would be. I, on the other hand, would have been like, knock, knock, let me in.
Can I get in here, sir?
Yes. Not, the bathroom was down here.
And then she gets let in because Emerson waves at the bouncer.
Not down.
Like, let her in. She's watching it. Is it Madam Kink in the throne room?
Yes, I believe that's how I took it. I thought it was her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Madam Kink in the throne room with a man and a woman. She's sitting there watching. Would you have watched?
Fuck yes. I don't know what it is. I mean, to me, it's no different. It's porn live.
It is.
That's what it is. It's porn live. I mean, everybody's, consenting adults. They all know what they're doing, what they want to do. I mean, they agree to go into there and be watched.
What about when he snuck up on her and...
I had to change my panties.
Okay, so that's a cringe moment for me.
Really?
Like, I'm like, don't do it. Don't touch yourself. Oh, no. And then he, guides her hand there.
Yes. Go ask Mr. Garrett. If you need anything, Mr. Garrett will help you, okay? Thank you, baby. Your husband is a terrible babysitter. Terrible.
How is he supposed to know if she doesn't ask?
What is he doing in there?
He probably playing on his phone or something. I don't know.
Anyway. How did she get her backpack?
I don't know.
The backpack was on the counter, people. Okay.
Back to the...
I don't even know, because now I'm all dried up like the Sahara down there.
Madam Kink, throne room. She's watching them.
Oh, we're getting moist. Okay. I'm ready.
Emerson comes up behind her. I just got what you fucking said. Okay.
I'm there for it. I'm here for it. I would be there for it.
You touch yourself.
Yeah. So...
That's cringy for me.
In that moment, I feel like my blood would be raging, and I think I might have just done anything. This is where we differ. Afterwards, I would be like, oh my fucking God. Like, I would be...
I'm mortified.
Yes, I would be mortified afterwards. But I think in the moment, I would be like, fuck, this is hot. This is hot.
Okay, and... When he
licks her release off of his fingers.
Low key, when I read that in a book, I'm like, that's hot. But I feel like if I saw it in, like, if I was living it, I'd be like, holy shit.
In how it is described in the book, and he makes her masturbate, and he is directing her on what to do, and then he licks her release off of her fingers. Damn, that's hot. Like, hot, hot, hot. Personally, I don't know how I would feel about my fingers being licked.
That's what bothers you?
Yep, just the fingers being licked.
So not if he licked it off his own fingers?
Nope.
That's cool. But it's him sticking your fingers in his mouth is what gets you.
Yeah, it's kind of like smell my fingers. And I think it's so... This is supposed to be a judge-free moment. You're judging me.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to understand why
it's
gross to you.
I don't know why. Like, in my mind, it's like, smell my fingers. Like, that's what I think of. Like, don't...
If it was his fingers.
I think I would be fine with it. Just don't lick my fingers.
Okay, to me, like... Maybe, I don't know. I can't form words right now.
And ask me tomorrow, it might be completely different.
Alright.
In the mood right now.
You don't think you feeling him suck on your fingers would turn you on?
Nope. No.
Okay.
You might ask you tomorrow, and that might be the same answer after what you... yeah, no. Don't lick on my fingers. Don't. Oh, gross. And as a mom, I immediately go to, what have you touched?
No, that's different.
Whose hands have you shook? As me here. Not as me, Charlie. As me, Charlie, I'm like, that's hot. But me, Marie, did you wash your hands?
Okay, see, I'd have a problem if you put them in my mouth. Okay? But if you want to put it in your own mouth, that's cool. That's your mouth. Just don't kiss me after.
What about the ones where you get the cross taste? Not bad.
I'm cool.
I'm okay with it to a point. Like, don't spit in my mouth.
You're going to Blackbird.
No.
Butcher.
Wrong book. We're not talking about that book. But I'm just saying that don't spit in my mouth.
Okay. Just spit. Don't spit in my mouth. Got you.
I don't know if y'all can see my face, but it's very nasty. Anyways, yeah. So hot. Like live porn right in front of you. That's fine with me.
Okay. So what happens next after the club opening?
Would you... Hold on a second. So I have a question. Back to the whole masturbation and being directed. Would you?
I think you know my feelings on that. If it makes me cringe, no, I'm not going to touch myself for you.
Not even with your husband?
Maybe with my husband.
That's what I'm saying. Story. Like now would you...
But their dynamic right now is they're working together as...
But I'm saying you personally, with you and your husband, would you have that as a turn on with him watching or telling you to touch yourself and how to touch yourself?
It'd be one of those in the moment decisions
to see if that's a kink that you might be into.
It'd be something he's into. I don't know if it'd be. I'd be probably embarrassed.
I mean, eyes on me. That's the next one. Eyes on me. That's Garrett. You know, he's a watcher.
See, I haven't ventured that far, so
your Garrett might be a watcher too.
No.
Just saying.
I haven't ventured that far, so I don't know about that yet. Maybe I'll have feelings about it when we do that one.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not comfortable in my own body even with as long as Josh and I have been together, I'm not comfortable in my own body for him to watch me touch myself. Like, I need to feel, I'm not saying I'm not attractive, but I need to feel that power, and I don't feel that. I feel like I would cringe myself out.
I can see that. But I don't think that's from the way
he would feel. He might like it. I would just be cringing the entire time.
Same.
Yeah. So, anywho, what about Madam Kink?
Because of her voice and the audio, I envisioned her as an older woman. Not old lady, just older, like mid-40s.
She's not. She's in her mid to late 30s.
Which is different.
But audiobooks can make that book or they can break that book.
The audio for it
ruined it.
Now, was it a good book? Yes. Don't listen to the audio.
Like I said before, you have to have the right voices playing the right age in characters. Now, there are some people that sound younger and they might be older, or vice versa. Madam Kink had an older voice to make her sound older. I didn't envision her that way. I envisioned her in her mid-30s.
But I think you were going off the description of her. I was getting caught up in the voice of her.
Yes, I went off of the description, and I went off of the other characters and the age that they kind of described everybody at. So I was like, well, Madam Kink more than likely is going to be that age, because they didn't describe her like they described the billionaire, whatever his name is, the older guy that they definitely described older. He is 56, by the way. There's only a 35-year age gap between him and the other girl. So there's your age gap. You know you like them.
Why is that my age gap?
Because you like the age gaps. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like the age gaps. But I mean, what was that? What's the guy's name that you sent me the other day in the reel that was like 50? And we're like, how the hell is he 50? And fuck, is he fine?
What? Who is
Ain't a wrinkly ball on him. You can't tell me nothing.
He played in Enchanted.
Yep.
Oh, what is his name?
I don't know. Look up the movie Enchanted.
The guy in that. He's like 50. What was it? 52? I mean, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
He don't even look.
I don't see it actually.
He doesn't. No, I mean, I see the age gap thing here.
I don't, and that's okay. Like mentally, you can kind of see that if you go off of him being 52. Yeah.
Or Matt Zuckery.
Yeah,
he's 52 or 53. I'm like, I jump them bums.
So then that can be all up in here.
Like envisioning those men, I can see the age gap thing there that much.
Most definitely.
Yeah. But the way they described the older man that was bidding on her
was much older.
It's a no for me. It's a no for me.
They even described him in like a cringy way.
They did. I agree.
They didn't describe him
maybe in his book, in his kink book, he's described differently.
Well, I can tell you the cover of his book. He's gray-haired fox.
Okay, gray-haired fox. Let's think about Eric Dane. You know who I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. He was McSteamy in Grey's Anatomy.
Lick it. Lick it. I lick it because I like it.
If they made that a movie and he played his character, I'd get on that. Mm-hmm. I could get with that. Because he's older than 50.
All right, so we lick it because we like it. So we got all that down. Back to Madam Kink, though. Honestly, the way they describe her, she embodies, to me, she is the embodiment of women empowerment.
She said herself she was a dom.
The way she accepts everybody and anything. Like, you can't, whoever you are, she's going to love you for it. And I just think that is awesome.
Yeah. I liked her character.
Yeah, for sure. And the way she
even They portrayed her very attractive, and I could see.
Didn't you have a note down on what she says to her in the bathroom or something? How did she say it?
I don't know if this is what she says or what she thinks later after she talks to Madam Kink, but she says...
During the bidding?
Yeah. Yeah. She says, just because I'm not a twig and don't have perfect skin doesn't mean I can't be sexy. And I'm like, yes. Thank you. Like, give me some confidence.
That's right. Because the majority of books, everybody's super hot. They're always super sexy.
Yeah. But they've never described their body. So it kind of leaves you to, like, as far as, like, the female character, they might say she's got a big ass and she's got big tits, but they don't tell you most of the time. Sometimes they tell you they're curvy.
Yeah, curvy, or there was a book I just recently read that she kind of described herself and her soft stomach. And I was like, okay, so she got some pudge.
I like it.
Yeah.
Give me the
fluffy, okay?
Give me someone that I can.
My husband likes my big ass. He says that he, like literally big ass, not my fat ass, but my big ass. He says he likes hitting it from the back because he likes to watch the waves. See how far they can make them go.
What word am I trying to get out here? Because I can't move on from it. Give me someone that I can relate to. There you go.
That was a big word.
Oh no, like it's just stuck in there. I couldn't get it out. Anyway,
I'm glad we got there.
So after that, let's move on to the bidding.
We don't want to talk about the vibrator and the
oh god, I forgot about that. But they do that again. That's how Bo finds out is the vibrator.
Yeah, I know. But that was
so just because we've been talking for almost an hour.
Seriously?
50 minutes.
Yeah, we're doing good. We weren't going to make it.
Would you wear a vibrator in public?
Yeah, I don't. That sounds so freaking hot.
I would like to try that. I would like to try that.
Yeah, definitely.
But could I conceal it? No.
I would have to do some Kegels.
No, I'm talking about like
not
the
look
loud on my face and yeah.
You know what? That would be a good test to see just how your face truly is, and with your husband is like, is this what I look like when I'm about to come? Like,
why do you find this attractive?
Yeah. It's like, are you constipated? Is everything okay? It's like, no, it's just amazing.
I'm not constipated, I'm just concentrating.
Yes, precisely. But, yeah, I think that's super hot. Hint, hint, hubby. You want to try something? We can do something.
Order and give it to him for Christmas and be like, why are you giving me this? And you'll be like, the present comes later. The real gift comes later when we use it.
I want to get one of the cock rings that vibrate.
Can't say I don't have one in my cart on Amazon right now.
Me too.
This is why we're friends. Okay.
He's got a whole list of stuff that we need to order off of special sites.
What do they do next? Next,
Sophie's birthday party. We have Sophie's birthday party with the mushroom penis pinata. Because Sophie's funny. I mean, that whole, we're going to whack it until stuff comes out anyway, so it might as well be a penis. Sophie, you're my favorite.
I agree with Charlie when she's like, I'm so confused because he shows up and he's being so sweet. He remembers the anime tickets. Like, that would have stole my heart right there. Because, she's a big family person.
Yeah, she's like, we're having sex. And you said we're going to separate. This is just sex and no emotion. And you come here being...
And you steal my heart away.
Yeah. The way they fucking toy with her. Like, she's already had enough toying in her life. Like, stop fucking toying with her emotionally. And I feel like he unconsciously does it with her. It pisses me off.
I feel like he starts doing these
He's so hung up on his fucking son.
But he starts doing these things because he's falling in love with her. And so you kind of get, like...
Sorry, I'm thirsty.
You kind of get why he's doing these things, but you're also like, you're gonna break her.
Yeah. And then he pushes her towards Bo. It's like, here's $100, go take her out for dinner.
And then...
Because you're a keeper, let Daddy pay for our dinner.
Okay, but backtrack.
Sorry.
But then, after her party, they watch a movie, and then after the movie, they go to the pool house, and they have sex. Or whatever they do. And she's like, okay, so I'm expecting him to leave. And then he drops his pants and lays in the bed with her and spends the night with her.
Yeah. Why are you spooning?
Why? You are literally going to break this girl's heart.
Yes.
You're being so sweet. You're being so lovable.
And then it's a constant. It's back and forth, back and forth. And she gets whiplash through it. And she takes it. And that one of her biggest flaws in that book that pisses me off is because she constantly takes. Constantly.
Yes.
I'm just like, stand up for yourself. Do something. You're pissing me off. Ugh. Do you like dirty talk during sex?
I don't know. Never had it to be able to judge it. I feel like I would. But not sure unless I...
Josh liked to fuck with me because he knows I don't like it. So he's like, he'll sit there and say, who's your daddy? And I'm just like, I did it like the first 2 times. I'm like, you are. But then afterwards I'm like, can you stop? Because it's seriously, you're not doing anything for me. And it's cringing. Like you're making that Niagara end up Sahara. Like it's not doing it for me. Stop it.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if it's like, take this big cock and whatever, like if it's in that sexy way, I might do it. But even so, I think it's And that just might be what we talked about, just like the taboo-ness, you know, like that might be what's fucking with my head. Because I think it's taboo, and it shouldn't, because hell, I've read enough that it shouldn't be taboo.
Yeah, and she says something about that. She's like, where's it at? We're talking about kinks, and dirty talk is a kink. Do most people have a hidden kink they're afraid to admit? And she says, I think most people do, and they think those desires are bad and sinful. Maybe that's something you think is...
Maybe, and like I said, maybe I just haven't, it hasn't...
You haven't experienced it in a way that's...
The right way?
Appealing
yes,
to you.
Appealing. I haven't experienced it appealing yet.
It hasn't told you you're a good girl.
That's what it is. I didn't take that cock like a good girl, I guess. Like, in that...
You didn't say it the right way.
Scratchy voice. That's what it is. That's gotta be what... I don't even know if it's a kink. It's probably a kink. I don't know. I like being choked. Like, don't kill me. Don't, make me pass out. But I like it when he chokes me.
Choke me, please.
Like,
when he
puts it there,
to me.
My eyes immediately roll in the back of my head. I'm like, yes.
That's attractive to me. Same. But
he doesn't do it hard enough. Like, he doesn't want to hurt me. I feel like he knows I like it, but he doesn't want to hurt me.
Just does it enough to turn you on.
So he just like gently puts his hands there, and I'm like, a little harder. Now he'll pull my hair hard.
Okay, so something I didn't know was a kink that I realized she was talking about in the book. I didn't catch it the first time. Is when she's filling out the contract and she's like golden showers. Absolutely not.
You didn't catch that?
No, I didn't know what that was.
That's a no for me. Do
That's
not
a big
fucking
no.
piss on me. No.
I'm like, what's a golden shower? Oh my God! No.
I can't. No, but you knew what it was.
I figured out what it was after.
You didn't even know what it was?
Not the first time I listened to it, but remember I sent you that thing the other day, and it was like being pissed on is a
That's
turn
why
on.
You sent it to me?
Yeah.
I just thought it was like a random thing.
It was random at the time, but then
you put one and one together.
Yeah, and when I was listening to the book, I was like, holy shit!
Why would... Maybe if this is your kink,
I'm sorry.
I was going to say I would like you to explain it to me.
Yes.
I don't understand it.
I'd love to understand.
I'm not judging you. I just want to I want to understand it because it's... I don't.
No, I don't understand. Moving on.
Licking assholes. I don't get that either. Somebody I know said that you can tell if it's clean or not because if it's not, it tastes like mustard. Why the fuck would you continue to eat it? Why are you eating it in the first place?
Right.
Again, no judgment. I just don't understand.
Okay, let's move on.
No more asshole licking. We're not talking about that. Do you like being bit?
Yes.
When he bit her ass before the bidding happened.
That was so hot.
I was like, yes, daddy, bite the other, make it even.
Okay, did he say something about when you're standing on stage and people are bidding on you, I want my cum dripping out of you? Or did I make that up?
I think he made that up.
Maybe it's in another book I read.
He mentioned that he wanted her to be sore and thinking about him.
Maybe I pulled two things out.
But I could be wrong. Books. You could be right, but I'm pretty sure it's just the
bite mark on her ass.
He pounded the shit out of her at that time because he was like, I'm going to make you sore so when you're on that stage, I'm the only dick you're thinking of.
Maybe that's what it was.
Pretty much like that.
Do you think he knew that he was going to win that bidding war? Like, he was not backing down?
Yeah, he said it. He told Garrett. Or was it Garrett?
Before, like when...
Oh, no, he said it in his own head. He said, I'm going to... Because he asked if the billionaire was there. And he said yes. And he said, I'm going to lose a lot of money tonight.
That's right.
Yeah, he was for sure, because he wanted her... She had talked about how it would be crickets, and it pissed him off. And so he, like, kind of forced her. He forced her to do that. And then she was, like, outrageous. Everybody was bidding for her.
$1,000 he paid for you. And you don't think you're worth it.
And then that guy, even the billionaire, he was like, you're worth every penny and more, baby. And I'm like...
Sweet. So sweet.
Look at that. I was like, you go, Grandpa.
Emerson really outed himself at the bidding war.
He's like, if they didn't know I was fucking you, they do now.
They do now.
And then she still didn't get it.
No.
She still thought she was unworthy. And that, like, hurt me. That made me have feelings. And not, like, the panty wet feelings. Like, that made me have, like, heart-wrenching feelings for this girl that she thought she was so worthless and not worth anything. And she was apologizing during the whole moment because of punishment, you know, whatever, if you want to call it punishment. When he binds her and pours the hot wax on her. And she's like, because I cost you $75,000.
That was sad. That was really sad.
And then she says she's worthless. I'm like, how? Like, but then the sweet sex after that. The soul-touching sex.
It was so sweet.
Have you had that? Where you cry during sex? Because that, I don't know what it is about eye contact while they're inside you and they're holding that eye contact where they're just like,
I mean,
like eye contact. Not like that. That was a horrible facial expression, but you know what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, intimacy.
Yes.
Yes. But have I cried? No.
I have. Josh, I mean, it does not happen at all very often. Ever. Like, maybe twice, if that. But it has happened. And I did cry because it was too much. Like, it was like, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much intimacy. Like just holding it back and, like, just tears dripping down because it's that beautiful. Because they have so much love for you. I'm glad I got to experience it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too.
At least once.
But I don't think I've experienced that.
Well, and we don't normally do eye contact. I know that's weird, but I'm weird about the whole holding eye contact when we're having sex. It's kind of like, I mean, well, eye contact, but, you know, I like looking at other stuff too.
Same. What do they do after? Okay, so the aftercare, he takes care of her, and then they have the sweet sex, and then is that after when things start going downhill? They have, like, that really good day in the office.
Oh, where they're reading emails and he's fingering her?
Yeah.
Yes, please, yes. And he bangs the shit out of her afterwards.
Is it the night of the auction or that night that she stayed with him where she says the prayer? It's one of the last times they have sex.
It's one of the last times?
Before they break up.
I thought that was the first time they had sex.
I don't know, but let me mention this prayer. Because I died. Please, God, let this be the only man I fuck for the rest of my life. I was like, you're praying that?
Right after sex.
Praying that to God?
I know I made a sin, God, but please let this be the only man I ever have sex with again in my entire life.
I don't know what it was about that, but it
be the only cock.
Me. You're like, you're going to say that right now? Okay.
Probably could have waited to church. So yes, anyways, and then
they have
that finger fuck was hot. I wish that would be the one time that I wish Josh had emails that I had to read. Or when he's on call.
You could always role play.
Yeah, or when he's on call and she's sucking his dick.
Yeah. That's at the end, isn't it?
It is at the end, but it's still worth noting.
One of my favorite. And Garrett's like, when you guys get done, Charlie, could you send me that email or whatever? And she's like, uh-huh. She's on to something. Just not that email.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so when does a parent say enough's enough with a kid?
Like fighting with trying to fight for... Like, are you talking about her dad?
No, with Bo and Emerson. Like, the way Emerson acts. You know, he's, like we said before, he treats him like he's a young teenager or something. He's 21 years old, and he still coddles everything.
I don't know.
When's enough? When is it like, she makes me happy, and I'm choosing her? I know I've put her through hell. I know I've given her whiplash. But now I finally want her.
So, well, enough was enough with him when he showed up to her house, apparently.
Sure.
Because that was pretty much when he confessed his feelings.
Sophie called him.
Yeah.
Because her dad scared him. Scared her.
Yeah. Which is sad when your own child is afraid of you. So much so that you call the next man that you trust more than him.
I know you caught this too. But when I first listened to it, and the dad says, a coworker of mine
Dude, yes.
Are you fucking
The
serious?
foreshadowing. She sees him at opening night. She sees him during the auction. She sees him. Doesn't she see him when she's...
No. She can't see out the window. If that's what you're talking about. When they're in the room together.
Not when they're in the room together, but when she's with Madam Kink.
She says she feels eyes on her.
Okay. Well, she sees him 2 or 3 times, and then I was like, something's up with that. Something's going to come up with that later.
But your dad doesn't say, what the fuck were you doing at a sex club, a kink club? But how disgusting are you, my child?
He's obviously just a piece of shit.
Exactly.
Like, her mom stayed with him for far too long, if you ask me.
Her mom is like the epitome
of a mom.
What a mom should be.
Yes.
I mean, she supports her children regardless of what or who they are. She accepts their decision 1,000%. And she
doesn't care that Emerson is like almost her age or whatever. She's happy that Charlie's happy.
Yes.
When she says something to Charlie about like, something along the lines of like, you look like you've been dicked down good or something, and Charlie's like, no. When
he first walks in, well, that kind of man doesn't come in
here
very often or something like that.
And then she says something to her along the lines of, you looked really happy lately. Something about like, you've gotten some good sex or something. And Charlie's
You've been fucked.
Dying. She's dying.
Like, stop, Mom. Stop.
I would be like, I have to go. I have to be anywhere but here right now.
But I agree. And I love her mom.
Yes, I love her mom.
She's amazing. And I think that's how it should be. For sure. If you have a mom like that, or if you have a parent, or you have a good relationship with a sibling, that is something to cherish. Mm-hmm. Cherish for real. Because that, especially nowadays, those connections aren't there. It doesn't seem like they're there very much. Everyone's about themselves.
The relationship she has with her mom and with Sophie, those are the relationships that should be the way they are.
Yes, 1,000% agree. And one of the other issues I had when Emerson is trying to like stop this from happening at all costs, and he says something about kids.
That was a conversation.
I know we're kind of jumping around, but it's just things that are popping up. That was
a conversation they should have had, not to end it, but
when
all
it started.
Seriousness. Yeah. I mean, maybe not when it started because they didn't intend on catching feelings. I mean, they knew they were, but I mean, when they started to get serious and he thought there might have been a chance, they should have had that real conversation. And she says something about, I could see my life with them or without, and then she's like, what about you? Would you want more? And he's like, well, I had a vasectomy years ago, and she reacts.
Her face falls.
Yeah, she's...
So obviously...
Clearly, maybe she didn't admit it to herself, but clearly she wanted that possibility of kids, at least.
Yeah.
Which, not to say that those aren't reversible.
But it was so quickly brushed over. I'm like,
so quick.
That's something serious.
And then they got together and didn't have that conversation.
Ever.
That's the only thing about the ending that didn't pull everything together for me, was like, they should have had that conversation and decided, yeah, I want kids, or no, I don't want kids. But maybe when we keep reading the series, we end up knowing what happens.
I will say that when he, after they break up and after her father comes and goes off and they're still not together, when she ends up going to the club and she's with Madam Kink teasing Emerson, the very end, when they go back.
That's before.
Is it before?
Because she goes and they tease him, and then Bo goes and talks to Emerson, and they're together when they show up at...
When he brings her in the room and says... No, they're at the... Oh, okay, yeah. You're right. So, but they are at the club, and he takes her into the room, and she says, what do you want? And then she's like... Never mind. I'm so confused, y'all. I'm so sorry. One part of it, I know when he tells her to ride his face, I'm like, yes, 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 I will ride that. I'll wear the hat.
That was at the club?
I don't know when that was. I just remember that, and I'm like, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
Yes. What if I squish you?
But at the club, when he's trying to get her back, and he's like, what do you want? And she says to suck my clit. I'm like, fuck yeah, bitch, go!
Well, yeah, because she wouldn't dirty talk like that before. He had to make her. And he's like, oh my God, is this the same girl that I met?
She took that 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah, she did.
And then afterwards, she's like, do you think that's enough? You suck my clit and you think that's enough? Motherfucker, bye.
And then he comes to her house. And
he wins her back.
Tells her dad to fuck off.
Yeah. But yeah, when that whole ride my face and suck my clit, I'm like, fuck
you. You go, girl.
2 completely different parts of the book, but yes.
Okay. And how did you feel about the ending? Because we got to wrap up here.
Okay, ending. I was happy that there was a happy ending.
I like the ending. They were happy. Whatever,
I want a side story.
I want a side story because they should have had that conversation that we were talking about.
Not only that, I want a side story where her mom gets revenge on the dad. Like, fuck you,
bro. Yes, because he was an asshole.
Yeah. I want that redemption for her mom.
Yeah. For sure.
And for Sophie.
Yes.
Jinx! But all in all, I was happy with how it ended. And there's no plot to these series. In my opinion, I don't think there's any plots to these books.
You're reading about their lives and that's it. There's just no... Yeah.
I enjoy books like that. I don't need to have a plot if it's well written. And I do feel like this was well written. It intrigued me. It kept me going. It kept me wanting more.
And it gives twists.
Yeah, and at no point in that book was I like, oh my gosh, when is this going to fucking end?
I enjoyed it. Even because we listened to it twice. So that we could have notes and have it fresh on our minds for this podcast.
Done.
And even listening to it the second time, I was just as giddy and happy and excited listening to it. And
you still, like you said, still giggled at those parts that you thought were funny. And
I picked up more this time. And I didn't think, you're like, well, you've got to listen to this. And I'm like, I had heard about praise, but I'd also heard there was no plot. And I was like, I don't know that I'm going to like a book without plot because I really like my smut books to have plot. But it was good.
Like I told her, you like Friends.
I do like Friends, and there's no plot in Friends.
There's really not. And there's so many other series that you watch. Like, you were born in the wrong era. You're more in my era where that was the gist of television. There's no plot. You're just watching people on TV.
True.
And that's what these books are, and I enjoy them.
I recommend it overall. If you like smut and age gap, forbidden love, praises for you.
And the whole series, you still see all these characters throughout the entire series. They're still very much a part of each other's lives and a part of the series. Now, whether they're main focuses, no, because they're each individual characters.
Right.
But you still get those little snippets.
The next book we're going to do next Friday.
I'm not trying to make out with her, y'all. But we have the book.
Is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. We're going to listen to this one on Audible. And I'm so excited because I've heard it's so funny.
We're going to read and listen to it.
Yeah, we're going to do both. We're going to do both.
Because we'll have all perspectives this time. And I will say that during the holidays, we will have a holiday book.
Yes.
However, if it is not a holiday and we don't have a specific book picked after this one, we will have, we said 3 options?
We'll have 3 options. So, like, we might give you an option to continue our Praise series. Like, so we might do Eyes on Me next, or Credence, or maybe a dark romance, but we're going to let you guys vote.
Yes. What kind of book you want to read after
the holiday book that we pick.
Yes. We hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. We hope y'all had fun. We hope you could hear us or see us, and hopefully you'll see us, next week?
Yeah, so read How My Neighbor Stole Christmas this week, and we'll be posting the podcast for that the Friday before Christmas. Yay!
Again, praise Salacious Players Club, Sara Cate. Awesome. 4-star. Highly recommend. Hopefully you've already read it since you've watched this. If you haven't, you know everything now.
Yeah,
so maybe you should go to the second book. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed talking to y'all. And we had fun. We always do. So we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.